Thank you for watching Rage Gaming YouTube channel. Welcome into the channel. This video is to explain the category names, usage names, and value names in a types file for DayZ. Also how to add or remove them. In other words, it's to change where an item belongs, where you can find the item, and how rare the item is. We will begin with the category names. The category names means where does the item belong. Every item in the game has a category, like weapons, tools, food, clothing, and so on. This helps the loot system organize items. I will leave a link in the description with a list I use for all category names. Adding a category. Let's say you want a pin _black to be part of tool supplies instead of crafting. You would either copy this line and paste it below, then change that lower crafting to tools. Then it would show up in both those categories in the game, where you could just change the first one from crafting to tools instead of adding another line. But then it would only belong in the tools. Next is the usage name, meaning where does the item spawn. The usage tag tells the game what kind of locations can spawn the item. If an item has military as one of the usage names, then the game will try to spawn it in military loot spawns. Adding a usage name. If you want the pin _black to be found in industrial areas, you would do the same as the category name. Copy the usage name line and paste it below. Then change the military to industrial or whatever you're wanting, or replace the first one without adding another line. Last is the value name. This is for how rare an item is. Each loot tier controls how common or rare an item is across different map zones. For example, Tier 1 loot is found in places like the coast or where freshy players spawn. Usually, Tier 4, 5, and 6 are generally found deep inland where high-end loot spawns. Adding a value name. If you want pin _black to appear in other tier zones, because let's say it's only in Tier 1 or maybe doesn't even have a tier, then you would do the same thing as you did before with the category name and the usage name. Copy this whole line, paste it below, and change or add the tier you're wanting the item to show up in. If you want, you can just add one of these of your choosing, like the category, usage, or the value names, or you can put as much as you want for all of it, and that item will show up in a ton of different locations. Doing too many locations is not recommended, because the more you put could potentially mean that you're taking space away from other items that are actually supposed to show up in those areas. Only use categories, usages, and values recognized by the game. If you make up new ones that don't exist, the game won't understand and may break. Make sure to make backups of your files before starting this, in case of needing to return to an earlier version. I will leave a link to a GitHub with a list of names that I use. Well, I hope you got all that. If not, pause and rewind if need be. Thank you for watching Rage Gaming YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. I just realized I misspelled the word industrial while explaining the usage name. These are the types of mistakes you don't want to make while doing this. Misspelling is like making a name that doesn't exist, and that can break the game. So, make sure you're going over and rereading everything and checking that everything has correct spelling and no extra spaces or anything. A validator would not see that mistake that I made as an error since the file would still technically be in the correct format still.